All right, guys, welcome back to another episode here on AHC Garage. And you may have seen our first intro into this.
Well, guys, here we are. Just right under the car cover there.
Now we got the car back here at the shop, and we're going to tell you a little bit about the backstory on this thing and some of the stuff that came with, because it's pretty cool. It came with a ton of stuff. You could see it over my shoulder here. These are the spare parts that come with the car.
Okay, so that's the last item, right?
I think that's all the stuff from the spare parts that we got, but we plan to go through all of that and show you everything we got, because we don't even know what we have. We have to do a nice inventory. But first off, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this car. It is a 93 NSX. The car has been in the NSX community and very active in the NSX community for quite a few years. I believe the owner that we got it from took the car into his possession in 2003 with about 70,000 miles on it. And as it sits right now, it's 2026. It's got 340,000 miles on it. And that's pretty impressive because the car is overall in really good condition. Now, the owner of the car, tragically, he passed away from a heart condition. And I had reached out to the family if they were ever interested in letting the car go. Well, they reached out to me, and we decided that we would take this on as a project of ours because the car is loved, and you can tell it's loved, and we want to be able to kind of give it a second chance at life. Because once we start showing you the kind of stuff that's done to it, you can see the passion and commitment that was put into this car, and we want to give it a second chance at life, and we want to show it on the channel. And the fact that it's got 345,000 miles kind of means that it's not going to be worth any less than what we got it for. We're only going to be adding value with our work and what we choose to do to it, so we can drive this car. I was telling Mike, I think it'd be cool to hit 400,000 miles on this car. It's not that far away, and you know, we make this car reliable enough. It's already done a lot of driving. Maybe we can do some more on it. But let's get into the car and start showing you some pretty neat stuff, and then we'll get into the parts that we have as well. This car is pretty much a barn find to us, if you will. As I call it that way, because a car has really not been driven for the last 7 years, 5 to 7 years, give or take, and sat pretty stationary for the last year. Thing with a barn find is you have no idea of the history of the car. It didn't come with a book of receipts, but I do know that this car made a trip out to Arizona, and it made a trip to a pretty particular place, Science of Speed, which is probably the tip of the spear when it comes to modification and overall maintenance. And they're all about the NSX and the S2000, and we work with them extensively for many years. I only recommend a lot of their parts on my car. I'm sure you guys have seen if you follow any of our other NSX videos on the channel. Now, since we reached out to them, we were able to get a copy of the receipts of everything that was done when the car went there, which gives us at least a base of what is underneath the skin of this thing. So 340,000 miles, that's a lot of miles. I don't care how reliable your Honda is, you're asking a lot of that. Cylinders are probably going to be out of taper. It's probably smoking a little bit, in need of a rebuild. I mean, they run forever, but they don't last perfectly forever. So this guy wanted more out of his car. Like I said, he got the car with 70,000 miles in 2003, and on our Carfax we were able to see up to 2013 it had put, was that 330,000 miles on it, give or take, or 300,000. So yeah, 300,000. And then from 2013 to now, it got that last 45,000 on it. But what we were able to get from Science of Speed, some pretty interesting and very in-depth work that was done to the car. Actually, a lot of the work that's done to it is kind of my wish list since I was very young and my NSX came into my life. I would go on Science of Speed's webpage and choose stuff like this to get done. But this guy actually did it. So back here in 2008, I'm sure Michael put a picture of this up on here. He had the transmission rebuilt, and I don't even know if the car was turbo in 2008. I just know that he sent the car there to have a full JDM short gear set, NSX 4.3 gear set, or 4.23 gear set, JDM short gears, a full transmission rebuild on this, and that totaled up to, let's see, parts and labor, about $3,300. Then our next receipt brings us to the Science of Speed twin turbo GT 2871R, and it has a AR of a .86. All those numbers mean a lot to someone who understands turbos. I don't understand what that means. If you do, maybe it answers some of your questions. So this is Science of Speed's twin turbo kit. Their twin turbo kit is a beautiful twin turbo kit, and it's one of the only twin turbo kits or turbo kits that mount the turbos in a location that's high enough that you don't have to run an oil circulation pump, because a lot of these turbo kits run the turbo down in the rear bumper, and that sits below the oil pan, so it can't drain back, so you have to run a pressurized oil feed system on it. This one doesn't. It also is set up to be a 50-state carb based on your tuning, but in that meaning you can bolt the factory catalytic converters up to it and a stock exhaust. So they made it very functional. That's something that Science of Speed doesn't cut any corners on. It's making no compromises, making it so it works with everything. It went and got that turbocharger system installed, and that came out to about $11,769 there, and that was in 2010. Then, I believe is it the same visit? No. 2 months later, I don't know if the engine grenaded on it, but I do know around this time, when we would go to some of the local roll racing, street racing made safe, up at PBIR, our local racetrack that doesn't exist anymore, I would see this guy out here racing this car. And me being an NSX owner, I got to know him. The guy's name is Hugh Hamilton, and he named his car Charlotte. It's written right on the back of the car. This car, he would celebrate the car's birthday every year. So the car's been around. It's not totally hidden. But when it went there, he put in for the big build. He put in a 3.5 liter forged pistons 9.5 to 1 sleeved stroker motor in here to go with that twin turbo kit, and paired with the short gear transmission, which I don't know if the short gear transmission came before the turbo kit, because I don't know if that shorter gearing would be very good, because like on my 94, second gear ends at 80 miles an hour. You fall out of VTEC. The short gearing is great for an NA setup. I don't know how it is on a turbo setup, but I'm sure we're going to find out pretty soon here. So it had, like I said, the complete bottom end stroker, custom connecting rods, crankshaft. Everything got done on this, and it got done at Science of Speed. And on top of that, they went ahead and fully built the cylinder heads top to bottom, surfacing, valve springs, titanium retainers, ARP head studs, time certs, billet and main caps. Every single thing that you could do to this has been done, and that total, you know what, not only was that done, but you can't just build the motor without getting a full AEM standalone V2 EMS with all of the wideband and supporting electronics such as boost gauges, boost controllers, everything that is needed for it. And also at that same time, he had some suspension work done, such as the Science of Speed non-compliance rear bushings, which really helped the car handle a lot. It takes a lot of slop out of the bushing that's in the rear subframe. We'll show that to you a little later. And they did all of the non-compliance toe links in the back and Cedar Ridge sway bar links and all, a lot of stuff like that. Suspension upgrades. That's when the strut brace went on the back. The aluminum radiator went in. Also, they put a Science of Speed twin carbon clutch disc in it. This clutch is hell of aggressive. I will tell you, you have to rev this thing like a race car to get it to move without lurching through the air and trying to do a wheel stand. And radiator, everything along those lines, the supporting mods to it. And let's see, all the coolants and all the labor, and there's pages of labor. And his total, and there were quite a few discounts applied to this through his NSX Club of America membership and other things for being a returning customer, but that came to $29,995, so 30 grand. So Mike went ahead and, oh no, I guess the transmission needed some rebuilding at that same time, and or shortly after that, and it went back and just got a full rebuild. No gears were changed, mostly just, it seems like there was an issue with the clutch. They rebuilt that. That visit, sorry, let me bring that up real quick. That was only $3,000. That was a cheap visit. But in total work, and these dates are also from 2008 to 2013, it came to a total of about $48,000. Now, one thing I can say working in the car industry for a long time is the labor rate and parts pricing changes. I know that turbo kit I checked it the last time I saw, it's about $18,000 now, where he paid, what was it, like
11,000.
11,000, yeah. And also their labor rates there were $85 an hour. Just so you know, our current labor rate, $225 an hour. And that's just normal inflation as everyone deals with. So we kind of figured it's probably in today's money about $71,000 if you wanted to go and get everything done that this guy did. But if you did that, you would have a car that makes 666 horsepower and 517 foot-pounds of torque. This car, I watched this car at the racetrack run down motorcycles, is super impressive, and the guy drove it. But the nice thing is he may have drove it hard, but he did take care of it, and if he didn't take care of it, he just stopped driving it. So when we fired this car for the first time, it may have smoked from the massive leak in the valve covers, but not one bit of smoke came out the tailpipe. It still has coolant. It didn't misfire on startup. The alternators cooked on it, probably from sitting, and they're known at this age to kind of go. But other than that, I think we have a pretty strong basis of a good drivetrain and supporting mods to keep that going. That I think kind of puts us in an area where we can have fun with this car because it's not going to cost us an engine rebuild. So a lot of different ways we can go with this restoration, restore, rebuild. But now let's take a look at some of the other parts we got, because some of the problems we have with it are already addressed with the inventory of goodies we got with the car. We have 3 full-size tables here, folding tables full of parts, and a lot of stuff in the boxes. And the cool thing about this guy is he kept all the stock parts, well, the majority of the stock parts that came off the car. Like, it has a very expensive set of LED taillights on it, but he also kept the stock taillights. So, you know, those aren't to everyone's taste. So the good thing is we have the flexibility without great expense of finding a new set to put them back to the way that we want them. And we don't really care for those on this, but it's our opinion now, right? So we got taillights. It's missing the knee bolster. We got new knee bolster. We have OEM Honda parts everywhere. The original CD changer mount, even some memorabilia here. These are dealer catalogs, and I saw these are some dealer wall posters that they would have up in the store or on display telling the specs of, this is I think a 96 or 97 NSX, all the way to these here. Pretty cool stuff. You know, some of these are signed. This is the guy's memorabilia. Unfortunately, he passed away, and there was no family to claim it. All of this went to his friend, and he's not much of a car guy, so he wanted to see it go to the next owner who can appreciate it, and that would definitely be us. I know I appreciate stuff like this. I know Mike does. So we have even stuff such as a new timing belt kit. You know, all kinds of this. Pretty neat stuff. I see he took place in a NSX Expo auction where he won camber correction kit on here. Everything is in here. Hoses, replacement hoses, all kinds of neat stuff. Looks like that's a brand new crank pulley for the car. Look at this. Overnight parts from Japan. Tons of stuff. Battery tie downs. Just boxes that say NSX parts. Oil filters. All kinds of neat stuff. And if you saw the engine, he saw the valve covers are in horrible condition. Well, it seems like he already addressed that and got a set. I mean, I think these might be from Charlie. They kind of look the way he does them. I'm not sure, but definitely pretty cool. We got also some of his oils and the old set of suspension that used to be on the car previously. I see, I thought is that the Shinichi grease? I believe so. We have 2 tires that are only a couple years old, so I believe we're going to be throwing these on the car pretty quickly. Fender liners, the OEM wing, and even a set of 91, 92 Fat 5, 15, 16-inch stock wheels that look like they have definitely been tracked. These are 50 treadwear tires, some Kumo Victor Racer on there. These would never fit on the car right now because the car has massive Stop Tech brakes, and he had to get some custom HREs to cover those up. So I think what we're going to end up doing now is going through all these parts and then taking an inventory of what we have so we know what we're going to need to order in order to get the car roadworthy. There's going to be definitely a few interesting steps to this whole process, and we don't have a solid plan yet either, but we know the first thing we want to do is we want to go drive the car, and we want to go see what's up with it, how does it feel, is something wrong with it, are the brakes working, how is the car? We need to give it its checkup, and then we make our list and we say what we're going to do. But I can guarantee you one thing, that motor's coming out of there and we're going to be cleaning up everything, and I hope you guys really enjoy this. Let's get into all these goodies. Factory cup holder.
So what did we find so far, John?
So we have found a large assortment of factory parts such as clips, screws, seals, emblems, taillight harnesses, relays, buttons, switches. That's probably not even for this car, but it's a Honda part. I think that might be for his other car. We got some stuff from our good buddy RJ right there, a little Kuya. But
got some cool stuff here, though.
Yeah, factory stuff, a new fuse box cover.
Stuff that's discontinued too.
Some stuff's been butchered, other stuff has not been. Lots of OEM clips and whatnot.
Where's the OEM keyless NSX?
Right here. No? Yeah, this is it right here. This is the OEM keyless access unit for the car with 2 remotes. It's a pretty cool plug and play. Yeah, it plugs right into a factory harness and works. Do you see the antenna?
Yeah.
Yep, that was a module unit that you could just add on to the car.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's definitely neat.
We got.
I know the car has an alarm, but I'm not too worried about someone stealing it.
I think that's a few of the JDM fog light switches, huh?
Yeah, I think there's 4. 4. I don't know how many fog lights you plan on putting on the front. We got, you know, the factory clock, like that. The OEM horns. It's got some big old horns on it. Got some JDM emblems. OEM emblems. This
is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, a dealer, when you would buy the NSX, this would come with it. Pretty cool thing on the car. I have one of these unopened. It's sitting in my little stash.
Very cool.
Pretty neat stuff. New ABS unit.
Got an owner's manual here.
Yes, original owner's manual.
Look,
the car came from Tennessee.
It has 6 HRE caps.
Yeah, I mean, why not have extras?
Maintenance schedule. Very cool.
All the original books and.
Oh, the original owner is Kenneth.
Oh, Kenneth.
Wow, here we go.
And more stuff we don't even know yet. We trunk struts and ball joints. There we go. I guess we don't have to open that one up, do we?
More OEM goodies.
More OEM.
These are coils.
Feels like coils. Feels like coils. Looks like coils.
Yeah, that looks used.
Yeah, these must be the ones that came out of the car.
Yeah, he just saved it. Yeah, this looks used.
Yeah, those are definitely originals.
N51. What are these? This is like a treasure hunt here.
Yeah, you never know what's going to be in the next box, right?
NSX Navy pot screw cover.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, the covers are missing off of it.
Oh, there you go. Boom.
There you go.
You know, the previous owner definitely had planned to put this thing back together nicely.
Yeah, there's just tons of stuff like...
Water valve hose. We don't need that.
Oh, cool. Touch-up thing.
Oh, these are the hoses that we're gonna need, dude.
Yep, they are. And this
So
is all...
we have a box here. All of this is engine stuff. We have OEM timing belts, all the hoses, seals, all kinds of stuff. We'll keep that all there because when we drop the motor down to do a reseal, we'll need all those parts.
Let's see. The guy was a big Iron Maiden fan. I can promise
Wow.
you that. Oh, what's that?
Door
More
panel
clips.
These are door panel clips. Water hose go here.
Mirror switch.
Wow.
See what we got inside
We have
of
like
this.
brand new power window switches too.
Oh, let's be careful with these. These are
Oh,
new
wow.
gauges.
Wow.
Oh yeah, let's be careful with those. You got that there too. That's probably the temperature ones.
What's
These
our
are
relays?
Replacement relays. Yeah,
Dude.
these are the oil pressure and coolant and fuel and charging.
Very cool. NSX crankshaft pulley damper shield.
Oh yeah, this is a pretty cool thing. I think it's from Cedar Ridge too. This goes behind the crank pulley. The harmonic balancer on the NSX is different, where normally there's the hub of it and then rubber and then your pulleys that the belt's right on. This one has a solid mount to the pulleys, but with a rubber dampener and a counterweight on the back of it. And sometimes that rubber fails. And when that fails, that rubber heavy dampener gets caught up between the crank pulley and the timing belt cover, and then will cut a hole through the timing belt cover and hurt your skip timing. And this is to save that.
What kind of filter are these?
These are an aftermarket one that people, a Japanese aftermarket one that was a factory replacement people were recommending for a long time, because if you can see here, this is the current, well, I'd say there's one after this, but it's the same size, just a different color. This is what it uses now, but the factory one used to be about that big. So everyone's like, oh, you got to run the bigger one, but these work just fine. But these were a replacement, and we have 4 of those. Definitely 4 of those.
Ooh.
Cool little NSX book.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's pretty neat. I haven't seen that one yet.
Something good to read up on.
That's a good reader. Perfect.
Oh well, Kawasaki.
And yeah, maybe a ninja thing.
Oh, NSX Club of America. This is the OG sticker, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think you're a member yet. I don't know if you're allowed to have those, Mike.
Well,
you
I
gotta
don't
go
know.
pay your dues, man.
Yeah, I do have to do that. Gotta go donate. What is that? Shift out.
We're gonna shift now. Let's see the condition of this, because we found the original one from the car. This one's not in great shape either, but pretty cool. The red stitching you can see inside there. And to say even red stitching or black,
it's a
I
black
can't
stitching.
tell. But yeah, this is how the NSX is, how they end up. Another cup holder. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up this video. So if you have seen what we got here, we gave you a little breakdown on how we got the car, a little bit of the backstory on the car, and a lot of the build of the car, so you have an idea what this car is all about, and you got to see all of the goodies that we got, which was extensive, and it's going to help us a lot with putting the car back together. Now, moving forward, that's where we're going to get into the fun stuff. You guys seen our videos before. We have, pretty decent plans for this. We freed up some space as far as our EM1 is now gone. That also gave us money towards building this car. So we have some plans for it. But before we let you guys know what our plans are, and they're really good, it's going to be very, very exciting. We want to get the car in a running condition so we can drive it and get a baseline for what's going on. We have a few things that are obviously bad with it. The valve cover's leaking severely. The alternator's no good. And we have a pretty big coolant leak here. So those are the base things that we're going to do. Then we're going to go take the car for a drive and see what it's about. I mean, mechanically, we don't really know anything about it. We've started it up and we drove it onto the trailer and then we put it on the lift, and that's it. So a couple new tires, those other things we talked about, and then we'll get to see a first-time drive. You know, this car is the definition of a barn find. Someone tragically passed away, and the car sat, and it is not, I wouldn't say it's in a state of disrepair, it's neglected, and we are the people to give it that love and bring it back. I hope you guys continue to watch this car get transformed, and it's going to be quite the transformation, but let's get it running first. I hope you guys enjoyed this and you're going to be ready for these next ones. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think about this. I think it's pretty far out, pretty cool build. Make sure you follow us because it's going to go all the way.